Integrity to Houston. Integrity crew is a go for TLI. That call sent 4 astronauts on their way to the moon. Me? Well, I got to simulate it. From the exact same seat where pilot Victor Glover trained for the last 3 Earth years. And suddenly, this wasn't just a simulator. This was the room where lunar history was rehearsed. I'm Dr. Allison McGraw, a planetary scientist, and I'm sitting inside NASA Johnson Space Center's Mission Training Center inside the Orion simulator used by the Artemis II crew. Yes, the Orion simulator, meaning Christina, Victor, Reed, and Jeremy spent countless hours right here learning how to take this spacecraft around the moon and safely back home. No pressure, right? This full-scale simulator is designed to mimic Orion's interior almost exactly, from the display panels, to the control systems, to the crew seats, to the camera views astronauts would see during flight. Its purpose? To train astronauts, engineers, and mission controllers for the most dynamic phases of the mission, especially the moments where things get very real.
We break it up. We have different what we call init points, initialization points. And in this one is the lunar flyby that we all witnessed on Monday. You know, on the panels, you can see that's the sim starting up. And then this is the distance they are from Earth, according to the sim.
With this burn to the moon, we do not leave Earth, we choose it.
Okay, Christina, casually dropping the hardest line in Artemis history. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting here trying not to overcorrect with the world's most sensitive joystick. Because from this captain's chair, one of the key manual piloting exercises is maintaining the moon in Orion's narrow field of view during the lunar flyby. Sounds simple. It is not. One tiny movement and suddenly, congratulations, you have lost the moon. And sitting here, staring at a simulated moon through a simulated Orion window, you realize something. Before humanity flew this mission for real, they flew it here first. Even though Orion flies autonomously most of the time, the astronauts still train here for manual takeover procedures, troubleshooting, emergency responses, and proximity operations. Every historic Artemis II moment started as repetition inside this very room. Also, very important question, am I the first person to wear sparkly boots in this chair? Because if so, that feels like a contribution to aerospace history. I was guided through vector transfers, sensitive joystick corrections, and one very humbling reminder that space life is harder than it looks in the documentaries. In this chair, we don't leave Earth, we just simulate it. But this is where astronauts learned how to trust themselves enough to do the impossible for real. And somewhere between the control panels, the mission audio, and that tiny moon in the window, you can almost hear Integrity calling back to Houston.
Integrity copies.